If you want to destroy the life of your enemy,
ask him to go to F&B.
ask him to start a restaurant. It's from the heart.
Ooh.
It's so good to be back again, really, for yet another episode of the Chris Hansen Conversation, Season 2, and we're rolling right along with this season. I am so happy because, at least for the second time for me, I've got this gentleman in my studio, and I'm always happy to have him with me, and he's such a joy to have. And with me, I have the currently retired Chef Benny Se Teo. Welcome to the studio.
Hi, thanks for having me.
My pleasure, my pleasure. It's good to see you. It's good to have you back. The last time we were together, it was on my last podcast.
Oh, okay.
If you remember that show, the show that I shall not name.
Oh, okay.
But this is a brand new one, and I'm so happy to have you back again with me at least. And the last time when we spoke, you were together with Chef Imran.
Yes.
And we heard this, you told us this fantastic story of your life, and how heroin was part of your life, and how you reformed and became the person that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a great story. And that's a story, I'm going to be very bold about this. That's a story that a lot of people here in Singapore know of. You wrote your book about that. You've had a lot of talks that you've given also about that. Yeah. So today, I will not be talking about that because I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Chef Benny Se Teo is. I want to know now, and for every one of our viewers and listeners, how did you become this person in the culinary world? That story, which I think is going to be great for the young people out there who are considering a career in culinary, who are considering maybe one day they have dreams, their hopes and ambitions to be restaurateurs. Yeah. And yours is such an interesting story because you started in the business kind of late in life. Yeah. So let's go back to the very beginning. How did you land up in culinary?
Okay. As I think back about my life, I guess God has not given me a lot of gifts, but I think God has given me a gift of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, He has given me a gift of discernment. When I eat something, you know, I will be able to decipher. I will be able to know what kind of ingredients
that gone into it.
That got into it. I was just now at this expo. There's some happening there. I know some Malay families were selling some desserts. They got it from KL, and then they're selling the dessert. So he gave me one to try. I said, "Wow, it's quite nice actually." I said, "Why don't you do it yourself?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's as I tasted, I know what is inside the dessert.
Mm-hmm.
It's no rocket science, you know. Or maybe I think I have this gift. Not everybody might.
Oh, trust me, Chef, that's a gift. Because
Yes.
I would not have been able to tell.
So the story goes back in 1990. There was a very big earthquake in Turkey.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So I was in this disaster relief team. A group of Singapore doctors and nurses, Malaysia's doctors and nurses. They flew to Istanbul to a little town in Turkey called Izmit.
Mm-hmm.
Izmit, IZMIT, Izmit.
Okay.
So I was in this disaster relief team. Of course, I'm not a doctor or I'm not a nurse.
Yeah.
So my job is to go to Turkey with this group of doctors and nurses and build a tent. I'm going to cook all the meals for the doctors and nurses. Of course, it's not me alone. I have a team also. So we just pack our bag from Singapore and then got all our ingredients, and then I remember we can bring anything to Turkey. So nobody will stop us. Bring luncheon meat, lapchong, or anything.
Oh, really?
We just bring the whole thing to, no immigration disturbance.
Okay.
And then we are actually quite,
Because you're a relief team, lah.
Yeah,
You're a relief team.
disaster
Yeah.
relief team. So every meal, the doctors and nurses, when they have their meals, and every time they will come to me, say, Benny, your cooking is so nice. Why don't you come out and do something about, maybe start a food business? At the time, I was a dispatch rider.
No.
Just ride a motorcycle and go and deliver,
Sorry,
letters.
Chef, I've got to stop you there. I just need to understand. You were a dispatch rider. You end up on the relief team.
Yes.
How did that happen?
At the time, there was a big earthquake, and then they need volunteers. Mm-hmm. So I just, for my kind of work is, I deliver letters, I got money. So never mind, I park my motorcycle aside. Flew with the team to Turkey and just do cooking. Maybe I love to cook. This is something that I think at that time,
So you volunteered, lah.
I volunteered. So I think I can cook.
Mm-hmm.
So I just follow them, and then the encouraging thing is the doctor and say, Benny, wow, your cooking is so fantastic, and then it's such kind of, why don't you, maybe come out and do some F&B.
What did you cook for them when you were there?
Cook for them, like cook a curry,
Mm-hmm.
Cook a normal, a Singaporean family, they will cook some vegetable, and then some fried egg, and then I remember I fried some giam he, all the turkeys run away. The giam he also have, you see. So the doctors and nurses, I try to make them feel less homesick
Right.
during that time.
Right.
So I think I did a good job. And then my point is, sometimes you have a gift. You need somebody else to remind you, hey, you got this gift of cooking, Then I said, there I said, yeah, actually I'm quite good at cooking,
Okay.
Why don't actually I come back this time, I come back, maybe I'll think of something along this line, F&B. And then this sparked wanting to do something.
In the F&B business.
Yes.
Right.
And then later on, I started a Chinese restaurant, which is feel very badly. I'm not satisfied. I think my customers say my food is good, and then I'm not able to do a good business. I after all these years, when I look back, I guess that I do not know how to manage.
But Chef, let me try and connect the dots. Turkey, when you were there, you were cooking. 1990. Then you've got people who told you, hey, your food's really good.
1990, Turkey.
Correct, in Turkey when you were there. Yeah. So people told you your food's very good. And then you realized that, me, I got a gift, right? And then you came back to Singapore.
Yes, still doing dispatch riding.
Okay, that's where I'm trying to understand. So when you came back to Singapore, you were still working as a dispatch rider.
Yes.
Then after that, how did that Chinese restaurant come about?
Opportunity came 2005.
Okay, so that was 15 years later.
Yes, that was 1990. I was in Turkey. Came back 2005.
Wow, I mean, so what were you doing between the time you came back?
Because I do
from
not have
Turkey
opportunity.
So you were still working?
Yes, I'm still working as a dispatch rider. But later on, I became a owner of the dispatch company. So I began to able to
Okay.
save up
See,
some
that's
money.
why this is where I want to really.
2005, when opportunity arises and I have the money at hand, I say, okay, why not we start a Chinese restaurant?
Okay, so let's go back to the dispatch riding part.
Yes.
You eventually owned a dispatch riding company or dispatch company.
Yes.
Okay, how did that happen?
How did that happen is when I was working as a dispatch rider, I never worked in my life before before I was even smoking heroin. I usually work 1 month, 2 months. I'm not the kind of people cut off to work for people.
Sure.
So I when I released from prison this time, really wants to change. To get a job that do not need to go for a job interview, which I'm very afraid because nobody wants to hire an ex-offender during that time.
Right.
And then I got a job as a dispatch rider. Okay, I don't owe, you anything, I dispatch, I got 50% commission. That's where I can sustain my motorbike, and then my pager. At that time, it's pager.
Petrol.
Petrol, and then I can save. And then later on when the opposite. It's 1999. Sorry, it's not 19.
No, it's okay.
Sorry, it's not 1990. It's 1999.
It's cool. Okay.
Turkey Izmit is 1999.
Okay. Right.
2005, opportunity arise.
6 years later, yeah.
I joint venture with someone start a Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
Fair badly.
Is it a restaurant or coffee shop?
It's a restaurant. With, without any cooking experience in the professional culinary world.
Okay.
The only time I cook for professionally is the one in Turkey, and the one when I was in prison, I was a T-boy. I cooked for the officers and the superintendent of the prison. So they actually, I went for audition. Hey, this guy can cook, So I was a T-boy, So I cook for the superintendent. That means I eat the best food in prison.
Okay. Okay.
So with that experience, I started this Chinese restaurant. It's a 200-seater restaurant,
Wow.
It's called Goshen. If you Google, you might be able to get
Goshen. Right.
It's a Chinese restaurant, 200 seaters. Unconsciously, I hired about 90% of ex-offender in this team.
Also?
Yes.
So you'll be doing that because you're
unconsciously.
You're popular for doing that.
Unconsciously. I never planned to do this, but when I started my Korea company, I hire about 80% ex-offender. It's something that is unspoken, something very close to my heart. It's very natural for me.
Right.
It's very natural for me.
So it's always been in your blood now.
Yes.
When you with every business you've got.
When I came out from prison, this period, nobody wants to hire ex-offender.
Right.
Nobody wants to hire.
Is it different today? Do you think?
Different today.
Really?
Different today. Now, if you're an employer, you want to hire an ex-offender to work for you, you wait. Because the ex-offender now, they have choices.
Really? Yeah.
They don't need to work in the F&B industry.
Oh.
They have choices to work in the IT. They work in the logistic industry, or they have choices now.
So it's a lot better now. It's a lot better now.
A lot better now, because I guess it's because the government is closing their labor tab. Foreigners are not allowed to get quotas to work in Singapore.
Right.
So employers got no choice. If you're an employer, Singapore, there's a lot of employers now.
Yeah.
You can be an employer anytime. The question you ask is, who is going to work for you?
Yeah.
Ex-offender is the best alternative workforce. You want to get them, you can't get now. They have better choices.
Okay, so you've always had that. It's been in your DNA ever since. For every single business you've been in or started on your own.
Consciously.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I did not plan it, but somehow it's very automatic. In my perspective, is 2 person came for interview. Both have the same experience. And then one is an ex-offender, one is not. I will hire the ex-offender. Because the ex-offender will, at that time, have lesser chances to get a job.
Right.
And for you, a normal person, you sure can get a job. I don't want you.
Right.
That's how I look at.
Can I just go back to the dispatch company? How did you manage to open that business?
Because I shared with you just now, I've never worked in my life.
Yeah.
So the dispatch company, when I came out from prison in 1993,
right,
I already started doing dispatch until about 2000 something I was still doing. I saved up enough money to start my own.
Oh, so you saved the money to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
As a dispatch rider.
So you didn't take a business loan?
No.
Nothing like that?
I don't take...
my goodness.
Yes, I at that time, around that time, before I start the company, I don't even know where's the ATM card. So when I do a start business, I need to know that, ATM, I got save. Then when I do dispatch, my customer owe me money. Then for 2 months, then they pay the last month. So I save enough to able to have a healthy cash flow.
Right.
At that time, actually, I'm somehow learning how to do business. It's like a survival kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay. And got an ATM card or that. Okay, then start a company like that. Yeah.
Wow. So you started a dispatch company, and it ran for how long?
It ran for 2005 when I come into the F&B. I started a Chinese restaurant. I decided to stop it. It actually is a good business. I think if I'm going to run it, every month I can, although I some months I will have less money because everybody owes me money. I have to pay salary. Average 1 month I can get 70,000, no problem.
And then with that kind of money from the dispatch business, you still decided to close it down and go into F&B?
Yes. It's a challenge for me.
Wow. And you were not thinking about that's how much I stand to lose.
I was reminded in 1999 by a group of doctors. Hey, Benny, you really can cook, My point is always sometimes you have this gift that you realize you have it, you want to pursue it. 2005 I failed that business. 2005 I was 45 years old. 2006 I was 46 years old. I went to Jamie Oliver's restaurant to do an internship, and rough it up with a lot of with all the kids, 17 years old, 18 years old. Then 2007, that's how I start my. Actually, I don't want to mention the name 18 Chef.
Okay.
From there on 2007, and then from there on, how it grows, how it multiplies in Singapore until 14 outlets during my time.
Please bear with me.
Yeah.
Please bear with me because I spot quite a number of things. So that's why sometimes I must retrospect. Reverse back. You shut down the dispatch riding company.
I didn't sell it.
You shut it down.
I don't want somebody who bought it and then do a bad job.
Right. Wow.
Because for me, my dispatch company, although it's run by me and ex-offender, my guys are ex, but we did a good job in the market.
Okay.
I don't want the reputation to be tarnished because I make some money out of this company.
So this means that you were not. That's really noble, but you were not afraid to lose whatever you were stably receiving in income by closing down that company to pursue your passion.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then you started Goshen, the Chinese restaurant. And then how long did that last?
Less than a year.
Less than a year. Wow. Oh, wow. 200-seater restaurant. Less than a year.
Less than a year.
What, did it really hit you hard? I mean, in terms of the loss?
Okay.
Okay. Since you're munching on that, this is something I have to do, which I do at every episode. So let me just take a little intermission here. Chef Benny is right now munching away at his little munchkins that is sponsored kindly by Gordon's Vades. Here you go.
Oh,
Check
Gordon's.
it out. Yeah, it's Gordon's Vades, yes. And it's from his franchisee, VJ.
Oh, okay. I don't know VJ.
Yeah, so VJ delivers on all of my episodes for all my guests. So I hope you're enjoying that. So thank you again, Gordon's Vades. This is where you guys have got to really order. You can order online at gordonvade.com or you can WhatsApp that number on the screen. The crispiest, fluffiest damn Vades in the land. Coming back to the show. Let me just continue from where I left off. So, Chef, you closed it down after 1 year, 200-seater restaurant, and then what was the lesson learned? There must have been some lessons.
Okay, I guess the failure of the first Chinese restaurant is my inexperience of managing a restaurant.
Okay.
If you look around, if I look around me, there's a lot of celebrity chefs who started restaurant. They can cook them bloody well, but when they come into business, they fail.
Okay.
So that is a lesson for me. Managing food costs, labor costs, and look at the business differently. You know, so when you're so passionate about cooking, you don't care about what kind of ingredients you put in, the most expensive ingredients. Of course, you can be a celebrity chef, you know, but what about cooking with normal ingredients and you come up with tastier dishes?
Okay.
I think this is a chef and a businessman. I think when I run later on when I run a successful restaurant, I'm a chef and I'm also a businessman.
Okay. So basically the message is very simple. Learn the business, learn how to run and manage a business, treat it like a business, and then the passion is already there, so it's 应该, isn't it? It is understood lah. Okay, so that's what you lacked at the time when you had Goshen. And then what happened after that? Most people, well, I did, would have just given up. You know, in F&B, right? You got hit so hard, they would have just given up. But you didn't. What made you pick up?
I guess at that time, and when I'm still at I was at my 40s.
Right.
I'm hungry. To fear is not an option.
Okay.
I failed in Chinese restaurant. This one I can't fail.
Okay. I'm going to move the mic a little bit for you, so it's easier for you. Okay. Yes.
You know? So I have to make it work.
Right.
Putting in 14, 18 hours a day. I need to make it work.
Doing what? 14, 18 hours a day?
In the restaurant business.
Okay, but you've already closed Goshen.
I mean, later on when I start, I'm talking about now.
Right. Okay.
I'm talking about the successful restaurant I ran.
Right. Work the hours, you're saying?
Yeah, working hours, put in more hours.
But how did you get there? After Goshen went down,
okay,
you picked yourself up. You didn't quit. You didn't quit. You didn't quit at yourself. And then you had
internship.
Okay. At Jamie Oliver's in the UK.
In London.
Okay.
So I came back, I remember, straight time give me a center page right up about this bow tie. Actually, he was cooking at Jamie Oliver's.
And you were saying just now you were with the 17, 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
And what did you go through at Jamie Oliver's? What did you go through there?
I see a lot of things.
Can you share that with us?
And I see how they manage the restaurant. Although I didn't stay there for a long time because I'm not paid. I go there for internship. I have to pay for my lodging and airfare and everything.
Wow.
So when you have the gift of, in this area, once you see roughly, you can actually learn so much things.
Yep.
The first time I actually know what is aglio olio.
Okay.
Before that, I'm a Chinese chef.
Yeah.
I don't know what is antipasti.
So you went there with completely zero knowledge of Western culinary.
Some of that I learned.
Okay.
Although in a short term time, I didn't I do nothing much there. I came back. I continued to study from the internet about different cooking techniques. So with that experience, with that a little branding, I actually work in UK with Jamie Oliver. At least you don't give me face, give my seafood face lah, So when I started the restaurant, which I ran successfully, there's a lot of help, through my short stint in
Jamie Oliver's.
Yes.
Okay. So you came back after Jamie Oliver's. When you came back, you didn't immediately start the restaurant business, right? Again?
Came back in 2006, start in 2007.
Wow.
With a group of investors.
That takes a lot of balls, huh? Isn't it? I mean, didn't you feel any anxiety to do that?
Through, economic crisis.
Yes.
Quite a big one.
Yeah.
Restaurant business, nobody dared to go in.
Yeah.
And my first outlet was at this shopping mall in Simei. I also don't know where Simei at the time. So because the rental is reasonably okay, we just go in and just shoot.
So you managed to find investors, or did the investors come to find you?
It's church friends, they are church friends.
Okay, so you didn't, as if you worked out a pitch deck and go try funding.
There's no pitching, there's no business plan, nothing.
Really? Yeah?
Just come out some money, let's go.
Wow.
I design the menu, design the kitchen, and just shoot. It's not the right way to start a restaurant, but I'm more fortunate. From there, I grow the business. The first 3 years was a bad business. So from there on, we pick up ourselves again, and then expand, got awareness of Singaporean begins to like me and support my business model, and then that's it.
Let's talk about the 3 years you just mentioned.
Yeah.
The 3 years were, you guys were just breaking even, or you guys were,
Bleeding badly.
bleeding? You on the red lah. Okay. And then when you're bleeding badly, everybody's got to chip in, right?
Yeah. I got no money to chip in, I got to owe them a lot of money.
Okay.
But when we ran out of ideas, I remember the 3rd year we were technically bankrupt.
Oh, wow.
So my partner said, we got zero in the bank. You call a shot, Benny. How you want to turn the business around? Because for the first 3 years, they ran the whole business.
Wow.
I guess they underestimate me.
But you were confident.
They're all professionals,
Right.
in their own rights.
Right.
So business is doesn't mean that you are successful in the financial institution. You know the market very well. Applying these techniques to run F&B, you feel badly.
It's not the same thing.
Different. So they run out of ideas. So he said, Benny, call a shop. That's how I turned the business around.
And what did you do? Are you okay with the headphones? Okay, all good?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a good position.
Okay.
For 3 years, we are marketing food at 80 chefs. We are not doing well. So I got to change another strategy.
Okay.
Instead of marketing the food,
Right.
I market myself.
So you became the brand.
Yes.
Wow.
And that it works.
Wow.
That is the answer to the success of the whole group.
Right. Wow. So you made the call to brand you, and can you share with us how exactly did you do that? What was it based on? Your own life story.
I always look at the banks in Singapore.
Right. Okay.
You have DBS Bank, you got OCBC.
Right. UOB.
When we talk about DBS, you have Mr. Gupta in business suit.
Yeah.
Or we talk about, at the time, UOB or OUB, Mr. Wee Cho Ya.
Yeah. Wee Cho Ya. Yeah.
In suit. So I was thinking, if I'm going to continue to market the food, it has not been helping us for 3 years. So we have to change strategy. The last shot already. Give it a last shot, and it works out. During that time, I'm a very shy person. I have very low self-esteem. I can't even look at you in your eyes and talk to you, I always feel that you are a better person than me. I'm a very lousy. I look down and can't even raise up my head and talk to you. And what I did was, I took a photo of myself in the chef uniform with my pose, my...
Yeah. Yeah.
It was taller than this. I think as long as this, but at my Tiong Bahru Plaza. That's from that on.
The portrait of you mean?
I was very shy. I can't talk. I would not hold a sentence with you. I don't know you. I always feel very low self-esteem. From that on.
But it was very brave of you, since you said that you're shy, self-esteem is low, but then to take on the task of using you as the face of 18 chefs.
No choice.
Well, taking quite a lot out of you, isn't it?
Because we try many ways, many tactics, many strategy to market the place. Can't work.
Right.
The last choice is market myself.
So it's quite true, isn't it, that sometimes we all really have got to do the things we don't like to do because we really don't have a choice, but we know that this could be a solution to turning things around. Correct? Wow. Takes a lot of guts, Chef.
I use this strategy and then it works. And from there on, we continue to grow the business.
Right.
To grow from one outlet to next outlet. Got the profits returned to those shares that I need to buy back my share again. And then on, we never take back the money, we grow the company, and then to a stage where we are actually profitable.
Right.
We got a better salary and then with bonuses.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I got my first condominium, and then
you started to really grow as a successful restaurateur. What kind of advice would you give young, aspiring, let's talk about this first, chefs?
Okay.
What do you think you want to say to them?
You are a chef. Okay, if you are young, if I were you, I will try to go out to the world. Got a chance to go to Europe, work for people, get experience. Every year I travel. I love to travel. Travel to different places.
Yeah, I see that. I see that on your Facebook.
Get to expose yourself to different kind of working environment.
Right.
Don't become a chef just because you watch a few Gordon Ramsay's
Hell's Kitchen
on TV or things like that. You think it's glamorous thing again. So if you are really passionate about becoming a chef, go and travel the world, probably get an internship in Europe and work there.
Okay.
Come back and then see what you want to do.
Okay. How about on the business front?
Business front, you need to have a mentor. At that time, you have a mentor. I might not be, fall so many times.
Okay.
And then probably you learn from your mentor. And I think it's very important. And if I have a good mentor, I would have been successful earlier.
Earlier.
Yeah.
Because there's someone for you to emulate.
Yeah.
And someone to teach you.
Yes. So this is my advice.
Are you doing that now for anyone? Now that you're retired.
I'm still giving consultation. I do consultation work.
Okay.
F&B consultation, and then I consult for a lot of friends. Sometimes when you don't trust them, they will fear. I try to explain that because they want, I give them a lot of advices, and then for them, they certain thing I told them is important. They just don't give a damn. Anyway, to get this supplier for this, they want all this. These are all in my phone now. Benny, can you give me a good recipe for fish and chips? I can give it to you. So there are certain things like, hey, when you go and go to acquire a shop, you must know the provision. How much electrical, 150 amperes 3-phase, and then these are things that they don't want to listen. I don't want to say client because it's free consultation. They want other information. Then the crucial one, they don't listen. And then they got a shop without enough provision.
For
no
electricity and gas and all that.
Aircon cannot, exhaust cannot. And then when I visit the shop, I say, do you check, before you start, do you check all these provision?
But you did tell them lah beforehand.
Most of them, they were minor in the major. And then majoring on all the money. Hey, where is how to do a good fish and chip, or how to do a good aglio olio. These are easily taught.
Yeah.
You ask me, I can give you the recipes.
Right. That is
important things that when I told them these are important things, you must
because you got to set it up.
A studio like this, you need enough power for aircon, though.
Yeah.
You know. So if let's say a restaurant, you don't have aircon, you want to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
If the suction is not enough, when you wear office attire, go to the restaurant and eat something, and then your whole shirt smells of their food. You know. You think people wants to go, and then they don't listen. Why? Because it's free.
So they have to pay for it in order for them to work on it because they paid money for it, right? That's your point.
Yes, I mean I give a lot of free consultation. They feel very badly, so I don't give anymore. So when you charge them, they will wake up. you know what I mean?
Because they're invested, lah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do.
A lot of things are important. You tell them these are very important.
Yeah.
Do you want your customer go to your restaurant no aircon? Or do you want to smell like a steak when you leave the restaurant? The whole shit smell like a rib eye, man. That kind of situation. These are very important.
Yeah.
They don't listen.
Okay.
But they want a recipe, I can give it to them.
So these people have, of course, I'm not naming names, but these people that you've just, stories like this you've just cited, they come to you for consultation, you tell them they don't listen. Are they still in business? Or are they fucking up?
I remember the one that I told them the provision is important. When the second month, first month I go there, the business is slow. The second month I went there, I said, Benny, can you take over my restaurant? I'm a very blunt person. I think she cried. Can you take over my restaurant? I'm bleeding very bad.
Oh God.
Maybe you are able to run and you help me to bear all the. I tell you, give me free, also don't want. Because how can I run a restaurant without aircon? You have not enough electricity. We start the aircon only, the whole place trip.
Right.
You get where I come from, right?
Yeah. So from the very onset, it wasn't done, means you're screwed, lah.
Screwed.
Yeah.
These are the important things. You don't listen to me. But you want the suppliers
Chef,
of all
do you think that's just common sense?
Actually, a lot of things are common sense.
Yeah. Then,
a lot of things are common sense.
How could...
Marketing for me is common sense. How to market the food, it's common sense. You have been marketing the food for 3 years, it doesn't work. It's common sense to change your strategy to market yourself, lah.
Yeah, lah, okay. It's obvious, lah.
And then you not close shop.
Okay, but not everyone. You see, that's the thing. I'm quite marveled by this. You know why? Because here you go, a shy person started out in the F&B world, culinary world, late, failed first time around, and then went to work his way through at Jamie Oliver's in an overseas setting. Probably was so fucking alien to you, right? Traveling out to the UK, and you only know how to cook Chinese food, and then you had to learn all that. Then you come back, and then they made a centerpiece of you, which actually would have been the killer, lah. When you started restarted in the restaurant business again. But for someone like you, as you said, shy, and then putting up a big portraiture of yourself on the building.
Because I look at people who are following me. They are most of them are ex-offender.
Yeah.
And then I'm the leader.
But you were an ex-offender too.
If I am shy, I can't lead them. I can't articulate what I'm doing. I can't articulate my brand. What am I cooking? What are cheese baked rice? Who's going to articulate for you?
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Sure.
So I have to force myself to wear this bonus. I would say. Then from that on, I began to give public speaking. Of course, the first few times was bad, and then slowly I have gained the confidence to speak to any kind of audience.
So basically, it was necessity, but there was another factor lah. The factor is that you've always had it in your blood to give opportunities to ex-offenders, and you felt that you have to really show them the way, and you put your best foot forward and put yourself in an uncomfortable position just to lead them. Wow.
It's possible. Even if you are shy, you can't talk, you can change to someone that you can actually articulate. I mean, for me, it's a very good example. If you know me, 10 years ago or before, during the time when I started my restaurant business, I'm a very shy person. I can't hold a conversation with anybody. For 1-2 sentences, I will be looking down. That kind of.
But before we started shooting today, we had a chat, and one thing that caught me during that chat, I'm going to raise it now on camera. You started in this life at 45. What advice would you give, say, someone like me, for instance? Yeah, I'm 53, or anyone out there who's in the middle age, and they have a dream that they want to pursue. Should they or should they not? And if you say they should, what advice would you give?
First, you have to ask yourself, are you hungry enough? You must be very hungry. You must be very hungry to eat the vade. Then you just take it back. You don't care about your hand oily or no consequences. You don't care. You just go ahead and try it. You never try, you never know.
But there's always this fear of failure, right?
Huh?
There's always this fear of failure. They've got family.
If I look
family
back,
as well.
If I look back, if you ask me, if you are able to do things over again, we want to come into F&B. I don't want. I look at it, it's very tough. It's very tough. I don't know how I survive all these years and make it a successful restaurant. I really scratch my head, man. Wow, so difficult. I don't want already. I'm scared, man. I run, man. But if you can succeed, it's really very good. I never thought of retirement. I never thought of one day I'll be able to retire. I don't have to worry about my next meal. I don't have to worry about mortgage. I never thought of that. No, I can't say I'm a very rich person, but I can't say I'm a poor person. I eat anything, anytime. If you ask me, Benny, how tomorrow we go for New York for holiday or what, no problem. I'm able to afford to go. I don't have to worry about anything. Everything is paid. No mortgage, nothing, no loans. I am a free person. I never thought one day I can be sitting here, retired.
Yeah, but you are, you see. You are. You never thought of it, but you're retired. So your journey towards retirement, there must have been something it must have been somewhere in the back of your head, right? That I will retire sooner or later.
I never thought of retirement.
But then
my wife retired when she works for the government. She's a civil servant. 65, she retired. And then during that time is just after COVID, when people are allowed to dine. I felt that I'm tired. I want to spend more time with my wife, And then we downgrade. I got a old point block, large. Two of us stay very,
But before that, you were living in
I'm living in a penthouse.
Right.
I have a roof garden. My
wow.
roof garden.
Wow.
I tell you, every time when she harvests the cherry tomatoes, harvest and not pluck, 400 over BT. Sweet one or harvest one, we got melons, you believe, melons, Australia.
No. On your roof garden?
Yes, my wife loves all this. I'm more relaxed in my aircon room, don't want to come out too hot, don't want to come out living room type. Wow, she will wear like a gardener, and then she loves all that kind of activities.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm now we give that up. At my point block 5-room flat, I built her a nursery because there's one part of our space is east sun. So she grow her plants. For me, my hobby will be, you see me from my Facebook. I
take out the guitar.
I would love to imagine I'm Gary Moore and then do some still got a blues. I get that kind of
Yeah.
So I mean my 60s. These are the things you do when you are a kid, no. So when you after exam got nothing better to do, get your guitar and then listen carefully how you interpret that phrase by Gary Moore.
Yeah.
That dash, how to what. This.
Yeah. You're pretty good, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
No, I actually watch and listen.
Yes,
you're not bad.
Really I try to think. I try to understand different phrases that Gary Moore makes. I try to replicate. Of course, I'm not.
Well, you really like Gary Moore.
I can get the tone.
Well, why Gary Moore?
Someone who I really respect. I really respect the way the kind of style he plays. The loner. Still Got a Blues is classic. And a lot of his songs I love to be. Then maybe after that, I'll go into another kind of genre.
I see. So that's what you do every day.
But now I have a different kind of hobby. If you follow my Facebook, once in a while I will do my glutinous rice lo mai fan.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think yesterday, I just advertised, okay, for next week, 7 to 11 of August, during the week of National Day, I'm going to sell my lo mai fan. My lo mai fan is not cheap, $108 2 kilo.
Wow.
You have to come and collect, You don't come and, hey, can you arrange for... No. Can you divide for me? I don't do all this. You come...
How do they order? How do people
Hear me?
Just PM you. Okay, everyone, you can now PM Chef Benny Se Teo.
I don't do every day. I feel, this week maybe nothing much to can do. Not much of my wife I want to do. Because we are not doing it for the mind, doing it for the... I want to do it to continue to improve my craft,
Even after retirement.
Yes. When tomorrow I have, let's say for some delivery lo mai fan. Tonight I can't sleep, I'm very excited, I will think of how I'm going to, what technique I'm going to use, and then what time I wake up and then what to do. Actually, it saps a lot of my energy, because there's one time I do for a few weeks. I think I told my wife I'm not going to do it anymore. Takes too much of our time. We are retiring, we are tiring, We shouldn't have been doing this. We should just do some nature walks because, my house, we can walk to the Gilman Barracks.
Yeah.
Henderson.
Yeah.
Maybe I can walk the green corridor because so many things to do. So, just yesterday, I posted after a few hours all sold out. So next week, I'll be quite busy.
Wow, super, boy.
Cooking lo mai fan. And my lo mai fan is really damn good.
Okay, pretty sure next time you're doing this again, put it up on Facebook. I'll look out for it.
Yes, but I put a few hours all sold out.
Oh boy,
like hot cakes, man. So okay I think a lot. I have a lot of fans.
But why did you sell? What? Okay, you sold the penthouse to downgrade.
Huh?
To downgrade. Okay. And your wife was okay with that.
Okay.
Lost the roof garden and all that.
She always complained to me because my penthouse is 1833 square feet.
Oh, that's
divided by
big.
2.
Okay.
Our veranda is huge. My veranda for my 29th floor is 400. The space is huge, but my living space is very little.
Right.
Upstairs is about 500 square feet. Then my below. So when my wife, all this one felt very claustrophobic. It's a 3-bedder, 3 toilets. So when I moved to this friend house, she was so happy. She was so happy. She said, wow, I can really breathe. It's so well. So we come back to basic. We want to go back to basic, And then we live simply, But we can travel. My wife was so okay with traveling, and then we just travel. Last 2 years when the pandemic opened up for traveling, wow, we really travel quite a lot.
Okay.
Travel.
And then your next passion is your bikes.
Yeah.
Quite a rocker, huh, Chef?
Yes, I when I retired in 2021, I bought a Harley Davidson Pan America. It's a damn lousy bike. I nearly 3 months I paid cash 70K, not boasting. And then 3 months the bike arrived, and for the first 3 months, 2.5 months in Harley workshop.
Oh my goodness!
At that time, I was very mad. I really want to sue them. I bought a lemon. Then I look at the consequences. I don't want to put myself into limelight again. So I sold it at about 40K.
Oh, dear.
A few months loss. Then I told myself I will never ride any bike anymore. So when I retire, and recently I bought a Ducati. Okay lah, enjoy lah. I enjoy riding the Ducati,
Yeah, so much for not wanting to ride a bike anymore lah.
So retiree. So I actually I'm trying to justify lah. I ask myself, you want to be a lepak kind of passive retiree? I want to be very active. So you want to be passive, don't buy lah. Every day lepak at home lah, play Gary Moore. So you want to active, it's like get your motorbike, climb, go and drink kopi with your friends, that kind of thing lah. So yeah, this is what I'm doing lah.
And you're having fun.
Having fun.
Do you miss besides the time when you put out your orders to cook? Do you miss the daily grind? Do you miss all that?
Actually, there's the time for you to There's a time for you to really see how you accumulate some money, save some money. There's a time you think of buying cars. I mean, probably I have been poor since young. When I see first stash of money I bought, every year I change a German car.
Wow.
Brand new German. Every year.
Walao.
Except Audi. I don't know why lah. I'm not against Audi. I drive a Porsche, got a Mercedes, brand new lah. Then got a BMs, all brand new. Then sian ready after 1 year. Drive Range Rover.
Then you went from Germany, you went to England lah.
German cars are better. British car technology close to the Germans.
Oh yeah, technology wise, I agree.
I drove a Range Rover, the Villa.
But trouble free, right?
High spec edition HSC.
Trouble free.
Huh?
I think they're more trouble free.
Their electronics got problem. Just like the Harley I bought, really. They can't solve the bloody electronic problem. Then they don't launch.
So there's a new model.
New model. It's called the Pan Am.
I'm not a bike guy, so I really don't know.
The first, when you ride an eventual bike, climb, you tiptoe.
Yeah.
Right? When you start your bike, straight your bike goes down.
Okay.
You're flat-footed. I thought of this technology, I salivate. I'm the only one that's going to drive that.
And then
arrive.
So the thing doesn't go down.
Goes down.
Okay.
But first 3 months, 2.5 months in the bookshop. And I remember I dropped it once and I tried to lift it up. I got my frozen shoulder for 2 over years.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, I rode BM bikes.
Holy shit!
All the eventual bikes. Anything drop, the center of gravity of the machine makes it very easy for you to just say nothing. Well, this one really, maybe I'm not cut out for riding Harleys.
So before we end the show, Chef, any plans? Do you have any plans worth mentioning?
Worth mentioning, okay, when I was running a business, I never thought of passive income.
Mm-hmm.
You know, salary is good. What for I want to think about this?
Mm-hmm.
So after I retire, I mean, like what I said, I can't say I'm poor.
Okay.
I can't say I'm very rich.
Okay.
I don't lack anything really. The Lord provides me with almost everything. So now I start to think about passive income. So now I'm learning how to invest in property.
Mm-hmm.
You know, might not be buying big houses or what. So I'm doing some co-living space. It's very interesting. You have to do a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I can invest.
Right.
I can see my properties.
Yeah.
It's not like something crypto depends on whatever falls. Suddenly you become a rich man, and then suddenly you
Gone.
I'm not a investor of such. I don't speculate.
Right.
You know, if I want to speculate myself, I buy for.
So you're looking towards finding investments
right
that
now, so
like
right now
property, you get passive income.
I'm doing co-living quite okay there.
Huh.
Quite okay.
Wow.
I'm not promoting co-living now.
Sure,
something
sure.
I find that, if I would have no such kind of passive income, I would have do it while I'm running my business. I don't have to spend a lot of time, and then it generates some
So
funds, and then it's better than put in the bank.
So basically, you're saying that. I mean, do you feel then that you should have done that earlier?
Yeah. So now I'm doing it. It's never too late to do something crazy.
So you're
not
really
very crazy. Like you ask me a question, if you're in your 50s, 60s, or start something. If you're hungry, you start lah. You think you can, even if it's a loss, you are able to do it. You don't go and borrow money and go and invest anything. Never.
so save up and do it.
Yeah, save up and do it. You owe some money, better than put in the bank.
Right.
The kind of what.
Right. So you're really, really retired, huh?
I really retired.
Wow.
I'm not joking.
Wow.
Seriously retired, and at first was quite difficult, but now I'm enjoying.
Happy for you, Chef. Happy for you. And I really want to thank you again for being on my show at this time of this show. And really, it's really nice seeing you again. And really, everything you say is always genuine. It's always really from the heart. Yeah. And I can tell. I really didn't have to talk much today. And it's always a great thing about having you around. I don't have to talk so much.
I think you probed the right questions. I mean, we never planned for this.
No.
I don't know why I'm going to talk.
As a matter of fact,
you probe.
I can tell you, I prepped 10 questions here, upon which I only used one. And that was the first question I asked you. After that, forget it really. Yeah. Because you were basically telling me everything I think we all ought to know. Yeah. And that's really, really great. And here's the takeaway I have. The takeaway is, like what you said, if you have a real passion and you're hungry, just go and do it. Amongst other things, if you're going to go into F&B, don't be stupid. Do your homework.
Yeah.
Before you do anything.
If you want to destroy the life of your enemy,
ask him to go to F&B.
Ask him to start a restaurant. It's from the heart.
And that's a great way to end the show. So once again, everyone, I've had the pleasure of having Chef Benny Se Teo with me. I still call him Chef. I don't care whether he's retired or not. As far as I'm concerned, that title has been conferred on him, and it will always stay with him. So thank you again, Chef Benny, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little tete-a-tete that the two of us have been having. And once again, thank you to Gordon's Vades. It's been really, really nice. Please do continue to send them our way, okay? As you can see, Chef Benny was munching away. He was loving it. And everyone else, please do subscribe to CCBTV podcasts in YouTube. And also follow us on Facebook at CCBTV. We are also on Instagram, ccb.tv_. And surprisingly, we're on TikTok as well at CCBTV. This is Chris Hansen. Whatever you do, don't just drop into the F&B business without thinking. Don't go there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon next week for the next episode. Bye-bye.